Putang ina. Kinang inang yan. Ay nako, di ko na-record yung buong emotional, guttural, ooh! Ganun na reaction ko kasi ang sakit eh. Ang sobrang rekta sa akin to eh. Sobrang relate ako dito eh. Okay. Kasi pinatay ko yung camera kung kailan it's getting good na. Ay nako. Record ko na yung reaction dito. Ayos lang eh. Papahita rin naman kay Asa, so might as well show it to her. Grabe pre. That's tough, man. I feel so sorry for them. I feel so sorry for the girl. On behalf of her, I apologize.
On my knee, and then he sends her a dick pic with his pinky out while holding it.
Oh my god.
An incredibly interesting play here, as if somehow his cock was going to hypnotize her and make her fall in love with him. So she eventually responds by pointing out how weird this whole interaction has become. She still only ever viewed them as friends and will only ever view him as a friend, and that she's very disappointed that he can't even respect that she wants some time to herself to process this entire weird interaction. She also drops a bombshell at the end by mentioning that she's currently in a relationship, so that was a big plot twist. This goober is doing all of this to a girl who is not interested and also in a relationship. The odds couldn't be more against him. Now, she used a word at the end that's about to change the entire course of this interaction. She said, "It sucked when you went all incel on me towards the end." That word... Wait, I had a big voice crack there. That's how powerful...
Ooh, it's like she was giving him a chance, pero he kept proving to her na, yeah, eto ka. Until she finally rebutted him. Nirabat na niya sa kanya yung truth na, yeah, incel ka. Ooh! Shit!
That one word ruffled this guy's feathers so much. You're about to see a full-blown ballistic breakdown from it. I respect that. Also, if I'm an incel...
Sinabi din niya, I respect that shit. Yung toes ko gumaganon. Man. Sobrang relate ako sa ganun. I've been there. Endless times. I feel so bad for the girl. I feel so bad for the guy. I feel so bad for this whole interaction nila. Oh man. Malakpak ako kanina na parang ang galing ng pagkasulat ng drama. This is realistic. Ito yung most people in the 21st century, naka-age bracket ko, have experienced this at some point in their life. And ito yung magiging storytelling ng mga future filmmakers. 2040. Ito yung magiging subject ng films na back in 2015, ganun. Yung time settings 2015, 2040, 2020, ganun. The surge of incel dating. Kasi these people have to grow up. And they, babalik yung history nila at the face. You're like, ugh.
You're about to see a full-blown ballistic breakdown from it. I respect that. Also, if I'm an incel, you're toxic. So let's not name call. She's toxic because she doesn't want to fuck him. Why is that even in your argument that I can't get someone? I can. You choose not to. That's fair, but you didn't get to call me an incel because you declined. You go out of your way to say it. Why is that? Label me as anything else, like, for real. It's foolish for you to argue something like that. She gets taken off guard here, saying like, "Hey, whoa, pump the brakes, Buster. I didn't mean to offend you." She says, "I never said you couldn't get someone. What do you mean?" She never said that. Like, he is now just projecting some insecurities and reading between the lines on shit that doesn't exist. She just said his behavior was that of, like, an incel or something. And he keeps going. You should know I'm anything but a little dick incel, so out of here with that shit. Again, she never even pointed out your penis or anything. She didn't call it small. Like, where is this coming from? He's fighting ghosts. I'm not even going to pretend that's valid. You're with a fucking beta cuck to begin with. Maybe that's your type, and maybe that's why we aren't together. Have fun with that. The mask has come off. He is unchained, unhinged, and unhappy. Your boyfriend's a beta cuck loser. That's the only reason you and I aren't together, because that's what you're into, beta cucks. You couldn't handle an alpha male testosterone titan like me, a real man who cries while he texts. She then goes on to say, like, look, if you find me to be toxic and all of this awful stuff, like, okay, then, you know, you shouldn't be upset that we're not close anymore. And to this big message, she just responds by saying, I'll see you in hell. And then she says r/nice guys, which this very much is an r/nice guys moment. You know, keep in mind, this is still, like, only a couple days after the whole poetic, allow me to find favor in your eyes, miss.
That's an excellent take on a 7-year waste of my fucking time. Ah! Oh, pre, shit. Mahangin ngayon, pero putang ina, parang nasa Antarctica. Ang lamig nito. Woo! My God. Been there, done that, exactly like this. Hindi man exactly verbatim yung wording, pero yung intention ng lahat ng sinasabi ng lalaki at ng babae, yung her reaction to him, yung being disappointed na lang. Tang-ina. Tang-inang yan. I wonder when magiging angle sa flip top yung pagtatawag sa kalaban mo na beta male incel. Parang hindi ko pa naririnig yun eh. Yung ganung words mismo. Pero yung yung parang being called a cock, hindi being called a cock, pero yung sinasabi na yung asawa mo kinantok ng iba. Yun, narinig ko na yun. Pero yung pagtawag sa MC mismo na incel beta male. Wala pa akong narinig ngayon. And I think seeing this conversation, ang sakit.
Your voice is music, sweet music. And now it's, what an excellent take on a 7-year waste of my fucking time. To which she responds, so you're just waiting around until I'd eventually date you? That's on you, man. She's absolutely right. That is entirely on you. This dude played the long game, almost an entire decade of pretending to be her friend in the hopes that eventually you'll get to fuck her. I guess was the point.
Oh God. Man. Seeing that representation dito makes me reflect na shit. Ano bang ginagawa ko sa buhay ko? You know? Ito yung mga moments na pag sinasabi ng tao yung art can change your life. What they mean by that is if you see your life represented in an art and represented yung reality niya, yung actual experience mo, nakikita mo yung perspective mo from a third-person point of view. Ikaw yung nagta-third-person point of view sa experience mo, which makes you aware of your current self and past actions, which makes you want to change yourself. Ergo, seeing your life represented in art makes you want to change your life. Ganun yun eh. Yun yung ibig sabihin nun. And that experience is universal in anything na nagpapabago ng perspectives sa tao. Hindi lang siya restricted sa art. Traditionally, perceived lang siya in art kasi dun mo lang naman makikita yung representation of the self eh. Traditionally speaking, and you know, from a usual classical perspective. Pero ngayon, for me, you know, I'm watching a video, you know, watching a film, watching a video of this interaction, as presented by Charlie, it's like, parang, oh! Okay. Anyway, he has a humorous air about it and ako parang, sige, tanggap na lang. Parang, sige, tinitignan ko to and nagre-reflect ako na, that was me. That was me. 24th, sige, fuck it, 2013. Yeah, may mga babae din akong, na I played the long game with tapos wala lang. Shit. That's on you. That's on me. If, I didn't make the move on it. Ay, nako. Regrets, the decade in the making.
That is a long commitment to a deep cover operation to stay in disguise, faking friendship, hoping that eventually you'll be able to have sex with her. Then he says, how was I supposed to know you're only interested in half men?
Ooh!
I've never seen that term used before.
Half
This
men?
guy's pulling all kinds of insano-style phrases out of his ass now. I spent 7 years just waiting for you to notice the difference, but I guess I bet on the wrong fucking horse. This goober spent 7 years pretending to be her friend, hoping that somehow she'd fall in love with him. This is craziness. This is a longer time spent undercover.
You know what? Ito sabihin ko lang to. Yung ganong nagpre-pretend na walang pakialam. So, some women want that. Some women play like that. Yung they are interested in a guy pero they're gonna pretend like avoidant attachment style eh. They're gonna pretend like wala silang pakialam pero I'm not calling out pero parang in other cases yung walang pakialam pero nagde-date pa rin. Why the fuck are you in a relationship in the first place if walang pakialam? Avoidant attachment. Okay. That's what the guy unconsciously wants na mangyari pero hindi nangyari kasi nga hindi tugma yung dating styles and yung personality and yung understanding ng nilang dalawa and well clearly he wasn't making the move on her so she found someone else and now he's regretting it.
Then Rob Lucci and the gang during the Water 7 arc of One Piece. Like, this is outrageous how long he committed to this ridiculous diabolical plan. And now he's just full anime villain mode. I'm over you. That's why I asked if you needed a visual definition of the word endowed, because I bet you're never going to get that with the life you choose to live without me. Motherfucker, I grew this dick for you, you ungrateful clod.
Ungrateful clown! Woo! Oh God. I've never used that word, clod, pero, sino kasi para that? You clod! Pero, either I stuck with the usual classics, whores, bitches, bitch, or I would completely make up my own term na parang applied sa kanya. Pero like, woo!
We have to pause here for a moment. Wow. I grew this dick for you, you ungrateful clod. That is one of the most powerful sentences I've ever had the pleasure of reading. What does that even mean? That's not even possible. How could you have grown your penis for her? Was there no dick there to begin with, and then you just started planting the seeds and then taking care of it like summertime gardening? Like, what does that mean? You grew it for her.
Nakapasok yung penis sa Ito yung garden box, may may gravel, napasok yung penis yun, tapos water lang niya every now and then para tumubo. Ay siya.
Is it a laboratory experiment like a Cyberman? Like, I don't understand. It's just such a bafflingly amazing sentence. She's also amazing. Saying, I refuse to believe that these messages aren't satire. And then that sets him off even further. This entire relationship is satire. A joke. Your interest in men is a joke. The ambulance is coming in hot. He's Squidward, you're Squidward, I'm Squidward, we're all Squidward. This whole relationship satire, it's all a joke, you're a joke. Fuck you. My interest in you is a joke. This is the first time I wanted to show someone my dick because I hate them. Fucking brilliant. r/nice guys, these nuts. She waits a while and then says, I think enough time has passed and I just genuinely want to know if you've had any remorse for the shit you said to me or if you truly believe it was all valid. And then he responds 7 hours later saying, let's find out if you're still seeing the Hat Man first. I don't know what that means, but then he comes back 2 hours later and said, "I'm over you. You're wasting your time."
Okay. Okay, yung ganung babalik pa several hours later. Kasi sinecheck din niya yun if nag-respond na siya. He's checking up on the woman if she responds. Pero if after several hours, she doesn't, edi siya yung lalaki yung magre-respond sa kanya. Oh, we're all the same. Pare-pareho lang tayo. Shit. Oh, God. Well, basta ako, kailangan ko erase my past. Some other people know, pero so long as hindi na ako ganun ngayon, I really don't want to be like that, Eddie. Shit. Shit.
So he's trying to flip this around on her like, "You missed your opportunity with the golden goose. You missed your opportunity with the alpha. I've moved on, you harpy. I don't need you anymore, harlot. Listen, I've matured a lot. You clearly haven't. So you're wasting your time trying to talk to me now. You had your chance. You blew it. I'm sure you're kicking yourself now for this, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles." But then just to finish it off with the cherry on top, he quotes from before where he was offering to show her his wiener and says, "I still mean
I
this.
still need this. If you need clarification, babalik dun sa... You still don't wanna see... Oh! Man. Classic to. This is classic. Classic nice guy desperation 101. Convo screenshots. Babalik dun sa ano eh. Classic eh. Grabe. Classic. By classic, I mean, timeless yung ganun eh. Na after tinawagan mo na siyang whore, bitch, minura mo na siya lahat, tatanungin mo pa rin siya and then, so ayaw mo talaga makita. Classic. Woo! Grabe. Maybe, ito yung feeling na kapag when a person experiences an art for the first time, tapos sobrang mind-blown sila na this is their favorite thing ever, tapos they're gonna look back sometime later or 10 years later and they look at yung unang art na nakita na they say, oh, ba't ko nagustuhan? This is so basic compared sa na-experience na nila. Kasi yung unang experience nila emotionally charged. Tapos, kahit na hindi nila inisip yung quality of the art kahit na objectively it may be average or okay lang. Pero since yun yung first time nila na-experience yung ganun emotionally charged on that specific piece of art, yun yung magiging favorite nila, yun yung magiging bias nila. That's how I feel witnessing this. Hindi lang tong video, pero other videos as well of Charlie reading yung mga ibang mga desperate chats. Nakaka-intrigue for me, nakakabukas ng mata in terms of shit. This is me represented in a video, in a series of conversations, and at least if knowing na may ganito ng public video, I can just refer to this, how my life was back then. I can get rid of my past, throw it away. Ayaw na din talaga. Hindi ako matututo I'm not gonna get better if hindi ako matututo sa lahat ng ito. Hindi ako matututo niyan. Okay.
Need clarification. And then comes back and says, "Except don't even bother asking for nudes. I have a girlfriend."
Oh God. Why would you be talking to her if you had a girlfriend this whole fucking time? Ay, para lang, the spite.
Okay. This is quite the Ryan Wooden adventure. She eventually just says, "What's wrong with you? We were friends for almost a decade." And then you go into this shit, which is a reasonable response. Like, how did this happen? Okay. This is...
Basahin ko tong text niya. That's why I messaged it this time. Kasi she actually valued their friendship. Oh, God. So, ibig sabihin, platonic friends sila na, iisip siguro niya, well, at least I still have this old friend of mine. Tapos yun pala, he was just another one of those guys. Shit. Oh, God. Oh, God. This hurts. It hurts to read this. As it feels like I'm the one getting these texts. From the guy's perspective. Not because I'm projecting, but because this directly relates to me. Hindi lang siya nagpapakasympathy ako for a story na I've personally never experienced pero nagigets ko kung bakit. No, this is more than understand. This is empathize. This directly gives a visceral reaction to me. Kasi nga parang, this was me back in the day. This was me. And I say was because ayoko na talagang bumalik doon. And it takes a lot of willpower, self-control, and, self-analysis and fixing of life to voluntarily not go back to that direction anymore. Kasi it's so easy to fall back. It's so easy to fall back. And it's like, oh God, pre, please. Please fix yourself na. Please. Ito na yung pruweba mo. To see if you were just going through something. Oh God, so may paki talaga siya. Tapos yun pala, the guy was going through a lot more than she had hoped for. Or if you really just embrace this gross, chronically online 4chan dweller persona and you still don't get it because you think that somehow telling me would make
Quite the ride. What an
make
adventure.
me like
She eventually just says, what's wrong with you? We were friends for almost a decade, and then you go into this shit, which is a reasonable response. Like, how did this happen? We have been friends for like 10 years. We've known each other for so long. Where did this come from? But it is crazy. This whole situation was wild. And also, I'm calling fiddlesticks on that last statement from him. I don't believe he has a girlfriend. If we go back to like chapter 7 of this meltdown, he said that she was the first girl he wanted to show his penis to. So I am under the impression he's a virgin. And I don't think enough time has passed between those messages and these that he would not only lose his virginity, but then also have a girlfriend, especially given all the behavior we're seeing exhibited here. So I think he lied about that. That was probably just once again some kind of Hail Mary to make her jealous. Like, hey, listen, Toots, got a girlfriend. Stay off of me. Can't send you nudes anymore. You blew it. Nope, can't do it. Sorry, that's on you. Yeah, you'll regret this for the rest of your life. Clearly, sorry. Have a girlfriend, even though it's most likely a lie. But yeah, that's.
Inisip ko rin eh. If I'm insecure about my past, na that girl so and so has her copy of my old chats. Either hindi niya dinidelete yung convo namin, or she has screenshots of those. Katulad ko, if she wants to be in a better life, she has to delete those just so she could get rid of the past. I don't want to, may paranoia ako na they're saving those up para once I'm famous, they can release that in public and expose me. Well, if exposing na ako, what does that really entail? It would show I'm not a criminal. It's not gonna show that I'm a criminal. It'll just show that I was just another virgin. Well, not virgin, but a desperate guy na gusto magkaroon ng girlfriend and is willing to send a dick pic. I'm one of million other men out there. I'm one of million other men out there that have experienced and done the same thing. What makes me different? And I'm sure those guys have their own particular talents as well na they're struggling to hone or they're struggling to find a purpose too. So, nagre-resort sila sa validation through the other gender and through sexual gratification. Shouldn't think about that or be concerned about that kasi hindi ko na control yun, and the only way I can move on from that and get past that is if hindi na talaga ako ganun. And if I still feel guilty about that, and if nalabas yun and I have to apologize, and that's about it. You know? And that's about it. I mean, I know, this is so...
All there is to the story here, overall, I think we can all agree that nice guys really do finish last. It is insulting that these two didn't end up getting married. This guy is a real catch, and it's just a shame to see that it didn't pan out. But yeah, overall, dropping the sarcasm, I actually feel really bad for the woman in this situation here. This is someone who was a close friend to her for a fucking decade, only to then find out that that close friend was actually just a complete piece of shit, loser, degenerate, who was only being her friend, trying to have sex with her down the line. I can't even imagine that kind of betrayal. That must have been fucking awful. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to share this because I've been thinking about it like all day. So yeah, that's really about it. See ya.
Ay, nako.